All right. All right, guys, what is going on? What is good, man? It is early than a bitch. Oh my God. I don't even know why I'm up for you guys. I don't even know. But, you know, we've only done like one other equities open session this year. So, woke up and I was like, what time is it? 7:40? Fuck. All right, I guess I'll get out of bed and see what we can do, so here we are. Equities open AM session. You guys are spoiled. Dog. Spoiled. I would tell you this though. Friday morning, and we've been up. Let's go back to the daily. We've been up all week, right? Monday was Martin Luther King Day or Martin Luther King Jr. Day. One of the two. So we didn't have a Monday. Okay, we didn't have a Monday, but we did have a up close on Tuesday. We had an up close on Wednesday. We had an up close on Thursday yesterday. So today, it's a little hard to tell what I think is going to take place. Part of me wants to think like, oh yeah, it's Friday, it's been up all week, we might hit hit the reversal, right, and trade lower. Part of me says, well, SPY yesterday finally hit that target that we have already talked about for the last week, 2 weeks actually, since around Monday or Tuesday the 13th and 14th, right? So that high, December 6th high, that was traded into on SPY already. So I'm good on that. And December 6th for ES has not been tagged. So part of me thinks 178. Part of me thinks maybe not. And I don't really do. I do coffee in the afternoon or the evening. In the morning though, it's an energy drink for me. This is not paid sponsorship, but it's Rain. I don't know if you guys know the brand Rain, and they have like a sub line of products, I guess, called Storm, and they're like smaller cans, but it's all supposedly clean energy. But yeah, this is a carbonated energy drink. It's my breakfast every single morning, and it has been for like almost a decade. So I don't know how healthy that is, but we will talk about it. My internal organs probably hate me. So what's good, Mason, Haydar, Zakjo, Josh, Juan B, Natasha, Mason, again, Shay, G. Used to destroy the rainbow sherbet ones. Yeah, dude. I don't know what happened to those. No stomach issues yet. Just issues with you fuckers not liking the stream or, all that shit. That's the only issue I have. Yeah, Josh, I'm not sure about that. But I might be paranoid now. Thank you for that. So yeah. Yes, I think it is possible that we could still trade higher on the day, about 20-30 points or so. Again, it's hard to say, especially when not having a Monday. All right. 22,058 is small time frame, like 5-minute time frame equal highs from yesterday in the Asian session. So equities is getting ready to open here in about 5.5 minutes. So there's definitely some liquidity there. And yeah, things are a little bit unclear as far as intraday goes. And ES is not close to that high, but similar. We just tagged that. These two highs were here. We just met that. And Dow, I have no idea what Dow was up to. Whoever really knows what the Dow was doing. I know I made Wednesday my bitch, but when do you ever see me trade Dow, you know? When do you ever see me trade Dow? Hardly ever. Hardly ever, chat. But yeah, this looks fucking bad. That just looks bad. Yeah, so it's definitely hard to say. But yeah, we'll probably spend time today on 1 minute and 5-minute time frames. We usually, right, want to start our analysis on the weekend, going into the week. But even before heading down into the 1 minute, 5-minute time frames, it's typically good to get a refresher, if you will, of what the daily time frame is doing. So things look bullish overall. That doesn't mean we can't print a down candle. It's just hard to say based on where we're at. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to just be like, oh, well, it's too difficult, so I'm not going to stream, you know? I could just be like, fuck them. Leave them to their own devices. Which is what I usually do. You know, I want to teach you guys to become independent, right? Don't rely on anybody. That's the best way to do it. But I know some people still want some sort of analysis, either from me or from somebody else, and you know. And yeah, Mason, that's what I'm saying. I definitely have taught you guys to fish. Maybe not everybody. I mean, there's new people coming in, you know. Thanks, Kieran. You're welcome, you know. So yeah, listen, just because I stream 4 times a week, or just because I'll come on here for Equities Open once in a while, you know, that doesn't always mean I know where the markets are going. I don't always know. Shit, I'd say 95% of the time I'm just waiting. 95% of the time I'm, you know, doing analysis or doing other shit. God, I was on the phone. There must have been like 40 fucking phone calls yesterday between so many people. I was getting tired. I was literally about to put my phone on airplane mode. Like, I'm about to ignore all of you right now. Just got too much, man. Got too much. I guess certain businesses finally got back into the office yesterday. Decided all to call me back in one fucking day. It was crazy. Anyway, I don't always know what's going to happen. So patience is key. Patience is key. Okay. So we are going to find out here in just a minute, though. We're going to find out in just a minute. What's good, Big James? Oh, that's right, Mason. I should probably check the news, huh? At least the real news, like forexfactory.com, not the television. That shit's fake. Well, Forex Factory's fake too. Hell, it's all fucking fake. Yeah, so 8:45, so about 15 minutes into equities, we do have Flash Services PMI. That'll probably give us a little bit of volatility. I wouldn't expect, you know, something nasty, but I would probably expect something. So, all right, let's take a look. And let's do a latency test real quick too. So the stream is supposed to be ultra low latency, which means it should not be beyond real time that all that long, maybe a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds at the most. When you look at your clock versus mine, how far are you guys behind? 4 seconds, 3 seconds? Okay, yeah, that's fucking fast. That's good. That's how you know I can't like say shit and then have it, you know, delayed or whatever. Cool. So here's our equities open. And I'm guessing this is going to be a gap higher from yesterday's close. 255, 310. Yeah. Oh, there's your 610 real quick. There's your 610 on SPY. There it is. Didn't we talk about 610? 610, 14. You like that? Do you like that, chat? Finally, the weekly target was hit. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I didn't wait yesterday, though. I sold half right into the close yesterday. I should have waited for 610, but I'm not always patient, chat. I'm not always patient, dog. So. Sue me, okay? Sue me. Small gap. Somewhat of a small gap. So what I'm thinking for the short term, and there's an imbalance here, but I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, again, don't take any live trades. This isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just doing analysis. Okay, that's it. What this sort of looks like, it sort of looks like a buy model, meaning consolidation, equal highs, we trade lower, manipulation, low risk buy, first stage, and then it looks like a second stage to go higher. That's what it looks like. But I think I've talked about this a lot. I do not usually trade the open. Like the first 5 to first 10 minutes, I usually do not trade the open. Okay. And that imbalance just got fucking riggedy wrecked. Riggedy wrecked. And ES actually got closer to those highs. Yo, what the fuck is going on? And Dow came up and cleared these. Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. But anyway, but you guys can see what I'm saying, right? When it comes to this market maker buy model, potential consolidation, multiple lows here, and then second stage to go higher. You guys see that though, right? Like I'm not the only one that can see that, right? That's, to me, that's not enough to take a trade. And we left some lows behind there. That's great. And some lows down here too. And hold on. That's a higher low here for NQ. Yeah, if I wasn't streaming right now, I'd probably walk away. Honestly, I probably would have went back to bed, to be fair. I'm not interested in trading the current environment. So yeah, that imbalance was not bullish. I mean, we were seeing somewhat of a reaction, but that 5 minute did not hold. 8:31, you had a 1 minute imbalance right here. So, I'm not interested in this at the moment. What about you guys? What are y'all looking at? Indices, currencies. What is the deal, chat? And let me just mark this high for a second. 156. 178 is way the fuck up there. Small gap higher. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at fucking Dow trading above those highs yesterday at the end of the PM session, and then today opening and dipping right below that low in the PM session, and then within that range. That's fucking gross. That is absolutely disgusting. And then we left behind very small time frame highs here too. So we have a small set of highs right below another set of highs. Yeah, I wouldn't trust shorts for the day. I would not trust that at all. Hands off till after 9. You know, honestly, Josh, I feel like I am going into today, the 24th. I'm going into today like I'm not even fucking trading. And if you do that, your analysis becomes more clear because you're not in a rush to take a trade. You're not biased because you're not in a trade already. Does that make sense? Like, for example, I told you guys last week that I was long on SPY. Caught the whole weekly range, most of it, right? I told you I was out half yesterday. So now that I'm deep in profit, now that I've already let go half my position, I have no, you know, and then Wednesday with Dow, like growing that second combine account, like, bro, I have no desire to come in here to actually place a trade. Oh, what the fuck? We got 156 exactly for SPY. I mean, for ES, I'm sorry. We met that high. Didn't trade above it, but we met that high. And we're a lot lower for NQ. What a fucking day. What a fucking morning. Just watching Hadar. Watching for higher then lower, but with patience. Yeah, I like the way you ended that sentence there. All right, so let's do some more analysis here. 8:30. Let's do some manual shit 8:30. So our equities is here. Equities open is at 22,044. London's low. Just zoom out for a second. London's low is down here. I don't see us getting back down there before going higher. We could. That wouldn't make sense to me in the stages of a market maker buy model. That wouldn't make sense. Now, if it does, then that would, I guess, negate this as a buy model. That would be the new manipulation, and then we would get a new low risk buy, first stage, second stage to go higher. Does that make sense? If this one is wrong and we get a new one, then that I could see that, but I just don't think that's going to happen here. But as always, chat, I'm wrong sometimes. Okay, I'm not always right, and I'm a little shocked, to be honest, that ES ended up taking the high before NQ did. That's crazy to me. If it will actually do it. There it is. Right? Trading above that, to it and through it, right? Not just at the high, but there it is. Right? Getting to that liquidity there and above it. That's, you know, ES did that. That's what I was expecting for NQ. And NQ is like, bro, I'm like weak as fuck today. It's cold outside. You know, I'm not doing it. It's like, well, all right then. We did get some triple lows here. So we'll see. Now we'll see if NQ follows suit. Now we'll see if NQ follows suit. What's good, convicted capitalist? What's good? Yeah, so 52 and 58 both are sets of highs for NQ. London's low is down here. But again, if I had to say, because now we're kind of in the middle of the range, but if I had to pick a direction, I would say higher. Even though it's obviously weaker than ES this morning. We just won't know. Chat. We got to watch the candles print. You know what I mean? We got to watch them hoes print. And that's what we'll do. What's good, George? You get very used to ES being the quiet one. It's weird when it shifts. I longed NQ like a goober yesterday. Well, at least you admit that. Just because my bias that way is so strong. So, yeah. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it, dog. What's good, Harmon? Look at that nice big bullish candle, dog. Look at that big bullish print. Let's see if that becomes an inversion. 831. I don't know, it might. Again, don't take live trades. You know, I'm just here for analysis. I'm not taking trades this morning. I want to see if this becomes an inversion to go higher. I want to see if it does that. Part of me thinks this is a breakaway down here, which is why I would think that the inversion should hold. If this is a breakaway, if we're going to run up here in following suit, let's flash back over to ES real quick. If it's going to follow suit with trading higher, then that's possible. But you can see the volatility this morning, given that this down candle just yoinked that fucking up candle. Sheesh. What a morning, chat. What a good first, what is it? 14 minutes. 8:30. Yeah, 14 minutes. Oh, what a fucking interesting first 14 minutes. All right. So assuming that this was a breakaway, and now that we traded into that and it's not, what my thought process goes to is, if we left it open, right? If we left the bottom or most of it open, I'm wondering if that's bullish to go higher. And this was not an inversion. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that'll do it. That'll fucking do it. Look at that. Didn't I just say, look at the volatility this morning? Look at that, baby. 52 and 60. That's fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? We saw that bitch just yoink. Wow. That ain't fucking bad. That's not bad. I'm wondering if that, you know, because we left it open, if that's bullish, and it fucking damn near gaps up there, bro. Wild. Wild. You saw it. Was that not cool? Hey, look, maybe you didn't trade. I didn't trade. But you got to watch it. You got to watch it. That's pretty, that's, man, I should fucking charge your fucking ass for this. We noticed that SPY was trading higher. And it's like, okay, well, NQ has what? 52 as equal highs. And then on that 5-minute, we talked about 58 being equal highs and potentially a market maker buy model that we shouldn't trade to London's low. We could, but we shouldn't. Right now, mind you, I wasn't exactly right about where the low was going to be. We looked at this inversion. That didn't get respected initially. It traded back into the first imbalance, which was not a breakaway, but it left most of that bitch open. And as soon as I told you that, oh, I'm wondering if we're fucking boom, it runs up there. This is kind of part of the reason why I don't trade like equities open. I mean, did y'all not see that live? This is a 15-second chart, by the way. Did you not see that as soon as we got 8:45, that 15-minute candle open, which was the news, right? Flash services PMI, and you saw that bitch flash on the chart and go to levels that we were looking at earlier. That's why it doesn't matter to me, the news. Is it good? Is it bad? Who fucking cares? Where's the liquidity at? Find the liquidity, trade in that direction. Bam. How's that? No one can predict news. Really? No one can predict news, huh? As if we weren't looking for upside on Nasdaq. Come, I'm live, bro. Now, mind you, I'm only in front of like 40 people, but I'm live. There's only a 3, 4, 5-second delay. You cannot fake that. Come on. What's good, Willow? What's good? I'm not sure how much you saw today, but, you know, I wasn't exactly calling out every single candle, right? Not every 1-minute candle, at least. But, you know, I was fairly bullish. We got our 1, 2, 3 low formation. I would have felt better if we would have taken a different low than this one. But whatever. But something like that, that's a 1 to 2 easily. We don't have any inversions in here, so what could have been inverted right there? Nothing. Nothing couldn't. I can't fucking talk. Nothing in here could have been inverted. This is all back and forth delivery until right there. And this one. And it's interesting that inversion was respected there. I do find that a little bit interesting. And then Dow, what the fuck, bro? Dow, didn't I point out these lows earlier today? Didn't I say we left a bunch of lows down here? Didn't I tell you that? Because we did that for ES too. That's way down here though. And ES was trading higher. But didn't we talk about these lows sitting down here? Just a bunch of them. 8:45, that news PMI shit flashed up here. And now we're getting ready to trade lower. And I guess 622 is the lowest out of those. Yeah. So I do find that interesting. That's interesting. But anyway. Well, do you guys want to sit here for a little bit longer? I mean, yeah, we'll do the 9 a.m. macro because it's 8:50. We'll watch I guess a little bit longer, but that'll pretty much do it for the session. That'll pretty much do it for the session. But that's not a bad second morning session, huh? I'm kind of like 2 for 2 in Equities Open live, huh? Now you see why this shit is so fun. Because imagine trading that. I didn't trade that. Neither one. Not the inversion nor that low risk buy. Oh shit. That's a good point, chat. I'm starting to wake up now. I'm starting to wake up. All right. Okay. Go back to last night's market review. You remember I told you about fractalization, right? And I showed you SPY on the 1 hour and I showed you Dow on the 5 minute. And I said, this is the same shit, right? Watch this. Watch this. Okay. Take all this right here, right? And before or just after Equities Open, I told you this is looking like a market maker buy model, right? Did I not say that? It's all in the recording. Of course I fucking said it. Market maker buy model. And it's looking like the second leg. It's a bitch of a retracement, but it looks like the second leg to go higher, right? Now watch this. Larger time frame market maker buy model, right? And we're going to keep this green here so that way you know. Now watch this shit. Watch that. 15-second chart. Original consolidation. Well, it might be a 15-second time frame. You're gonna have to give me some fucking leeway here. Original consolidation, distribution, redistribution. And I'm just drawing general here. I mean, it's a fucking 15-second time frame. Distribution, redistribution, lower 1, 2, 3 formation, and that last distribution became accumulation. So we have a 15-second buy model inside of a larger 5-minute buy model. Tell me that's not nasty. Tell me that's not nasty. Tell me, dude. You probably did. I didn't see that earlier. I totally missed that. But if you watch this whole stream again, you already know what happens in advance. Because we're here and you see, oh fuck, yeah, it went higher. Right. And where'd Dow go? Down to liquidity. Oh, how hard is that? Anyway, you already know that Nasdaq goes higher. It's like, okay, but how did we get there? And you'll see me say what? We left behind equal or low resistant highs just below another set of highs. So we have multiple pools of liquidity up here. And it was just about finding where the long was going to be, right? And I pointed out the inversion, stating this might be a breakaway, but it wasn't, right? So I got, you know, some of it wrong, right? But if there's one thing to note this morning, it's that right there. 15-second buy model as part of the second leg or second stage of a 5-minute buy model. That's beautiful. That's money right there. That is shmoney right there. You know? Half asleep. Barely woke up not even an hour ago. I'm like 40% into my energy drink. I haven't even fully woken up yet. But still able to find, may not be trade ideas, but at least giving you the direction and then watching it trade there. Right? So the precision might have been off, but the direction, the bias was absolutely fucking spot on. And now we're getting a divergence the other fucking way. 1, 2, 3, 3 formation higher, where ES is slightly lower. But I am not interested in shorts today at all. I'm not interested in shorts. And Dow's giving Wednesday vibes. Other indices are higher, Dow's lower. Like, no, that's fucking nuts. But anyway, yeah. Drop some. Did we do one already? No. Drop some ones in the chat if you guys had some fun today so far. Again, even if you didn't trade, even if you're just like, yeah, I'm here to watch, I'm here to learn, I'm here to have a good time, you know, he might cuss a lot, and you know, we'll look past that. We'll look past that, but I'm here to have fun. Drop some one if you had fun. That's all I'm saying. If you had fun, drop a one. This to me is the coolest shit in the world, bro. Is it not, chat? Is it not so cool to have this skill set? To be able to go, yeah, well, higher, boom. Or lower, boom. And even myself, you'll see, sometimes I'm uncertain. We could do this, but I'm leaning this way. I'm not always, you know, confident. I'm not always right. But when things go your direction, it's just so beautiful. Because you can't fake that. You can't fake that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is so fun to me. But anyway, let's see what our 850 macro seems to have delivered that third higher high for NQ. Hasn't done a lot for ES. And you know, Dow's given reversal vibes here, but the problem is, what's the upside? If these highs here would have been left alone, and if it didn't wreck that right there, that would have been the upside. And now that was also the gap too. That was a premium end of that gap too. You see that? The other indices gapped up. Dow's bitch ass gapped lower. Like, what kind of shit is that, dude? What kind of shit is that? Gap down. Premium end of the range. Seeking external liquidity. Some highs here. Premium end. Market trades from liquidity to liquidity. That's beautiful. Let's look at one more thing real quick. Regular. Hold on. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Okay. The gap on NQ was small. There's a small gap. Let me just take everything off now. We're getting a little bit too messy here. the gap was here. Okay. The gap was here. And when we traded outside of it, remember, you know, when there's big gaps, like, I think those are cool. The smaller gaps, it's a little bit harder to work with for me, but based on what I've already taught you about gaps, right? How when we trade outside of it, it's at like an extreme discount or an extreme premium or whatever. If you were to take today's gap, right, and just move it over, that's all you got to do. I mean, hell, you could even use you know, lines if you want to, right, to kind of be like, okay, well, you know, there's our gap. Where was that initial imbalance that I told you might be a breakaway? I told you I thought it was a breakaway. And again, that was wrong. We came back into it, right? So I wasn't technically right about that. But where is that, though? It's below the opening gap. So it was in a discount. You see how that works? Now, again, that is just based on an idea I've already taught you. That's not new today. That's not me saying, yeah, look at that. You know, it's below a gap, which means it's a discount. That's already in your notes from either last week or the week prior. And so, yeah, gap, it respects a little bit, goes to the premium end, and then outside of it into the discount, then going higher at the news, 8:45 news. So I think that's pretty cool. And that will not make any sense in the electronic side. That won't make any sense over here. You're like, well, what the fuck? Right. It's because those levels are derived from the regular trading hours. Yeah. So again, as mentioned a few minutes ago, that 1, 2, 3 high formation where ES was lower, we traded down, we traded up, and now we're trading a little bit lower here. But I would not be interested in this, right? We're back into the opening range gap as well. I would not be interested in placing any trades here. So ES back into the range as well. Dow lower low. You see how easy it was to avoid that? Do you see how easy it was to avoid that? And I said, oh, it's looking like a reversal, but what's the upside? What's the upside? And if there's no upside, then it's like, well, what can I do there? So if you were looking for longs, thinking like, oh, well, what about this gap? Or what about this inversion here? Well, never traded beyond that. And we just made a lower low. So if you were trying to long, you probably just got stopped out. Right. There has to be time, price, and context, or you're fucked. And that's it. That's it. Okay. So avoiding taking stupid shit. Look at that. We just gave all that back. All of that we gave back. So what's the lesson in that? 1, 2, 3 formation. They're fucking everywhere, dude. At least today. The 1, 2, 3 set the low. The 1, 2, 3 set the high. So where do you think good partials take place? Where do you think? And that last high, low, higher, high, although we don't really have any imbalances in there, in hindsight, that was a mitigation to go lower. So that was your last opportunity to exit longs. So the market, okay, this is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll hop off of here. Because and again, I'm still going to stream our normal time at 1 p.m. EST in about 3 hours from now. If you don't, let's say you're long. If you're long, okay, the best exits, okay, are going to be on the way higher, okay, on the way higher. Now, the reason I say that and the reason I tell it to you that way is because it goes against our very own human nature to take profit on the way up. Why would I say that? Because we're humans and we're naturally greedy. That's just how it is. Why do you want to learn how to trade? You want to make more money. What is the definition of greed, chat? Wanting more, yes? Just a certain extent, I guess. It may not be greedy to trade, but you get the idea. You want to make money. I get that. If you let your inner nature, your natural human nature, to be greedy, you'll look at the market going up, and instead of thinking, oh, let me bank, you know, let's just say, what is this, 50 points? 50, or let's just say 50 to roundabout. This is about 58. Okay, so if you're in a trade, you're up 50 points on NQ. What happens if you let your inner natural nature take over? I should hold it. I'm only up $1,000, $2,000. What if I can hold it, make 3,000, make 4,000? And you let that take over. You go, oh fuck it, let it run. Let it run. And if you don't recognize the signs of a reversal or potential reversal, what happens? The market comes all the way back, and now your dumbass is at break even, or you got out with like 10 points, or maybe you put your stop at 20 points. So you could have had 50, but your dumbass took 20. I've been there too. Right? One thing about them, and this won't happen every single time, but almost always, there's usually going to be one more push before the dump, or one more retracement before the rally. And if you noticed, okay, in a lot of the videos that I've recorded for you, taking trades, some of them were real, some of them were demos, some of them were combine. I gave you a mixture. But either way, whether it was paper, demo, real, or combine, either way it goes. What's good, Jordan? Either way it goes, you're still watching price action, and you're still watching where the entries are and where the exits are. And if you study the videos enough, and I know you don't because I see the views, I see how many people we have here, and the numbers do not align, right? What you have to do, and I know you didn't ask yourself this in the last video, the recorded trade of Dow. You didn't notice that I had my stop at break even almost the entire time. And then at a certain point, you saw me move my stop. Do you ever ask yourself why I do that? Why did he wait? Why did he move his stop now and not before? These are questions you have to ask yourself. You have to ask, why does he enter here? Why did he exit here? Okay? And the whole point of me telling you this is to understand, if you are long, if you are euphoric, thinking, oh yeah, the market's going to keep going and I'm going to pass my combine in 1 or 2 trades. When it dumps like that and you go, oh, fuck, I've held on too long. We just took out a recent low. Oh, well, that's manipulation to go higher. Well, it could be. It could be. But what did I tell you about this? It's on the session. We're still live, baby. We've been here almost an hour. What did I tell you? I pointed out to you. I said, hey, look, ES is a little bit lower, especially here. ES is lower in comparison to NQ. at 8:53, ES is higher. At 8:53, ES is lower, my friend. That's exactly distribution in the way that I've taught you this already. Years and years and years ago, I taught you this. So if that's distribution and you're watching price and you're going, oh shit, I'm still long, but I haven't partialed, and we just got a 1, 2, 3 formation, there's almost always one more move. It's not always going to be this deep, just so you know. There's always that one more move to give you a little bit more before steamrolling the opposite direction. And then you get shit like this, whoop, all the way back down to this one down here that we talked about earlier, right? That's a good way to take partials or to take profits as well before the reversal. Okay, that's what a mitigation is to me. The function of a mitigation. Most of you know, or most of you have seen that video, right? So there's I guess the best way to explain it in closing is I guess it's like a delay almost. It's a last chance opportunity. Okay, the only other example that I can think of is if we go all the way back to Dow on Wednesday. Or should I save that for the stream later on today? Should I save that for another time? Or should I do it now? I don't know. I guess I'll do it now. Why procrastinate? Why procrastinate? Big James, it's not that I don't want to do lives. It's just I don't wake up on time, bro. This morning I happened to wake up on time, and I don't set the alarm clock, and sometimes I do, and then you know how that goes. Oh, I'll snooze, and you wake up 5 minutes later and it's 3 hours, you know, in real time. You're like, oh fuck, well, I was up at 7:40 and now it's 11 o'clock. So, you know, what do you want me to do? Yeah, Jordan, we got to make that document today, bro. We got to stop bullshitting. We're fucked up. All right. Going back to the trade from Wednesday, right? It was a combine trade, okay? What I just showed you about the mitigation, it's the last opportunity to get out and or to reverse your position. It's again, it's hard to do because it goes against the very human nature of us. Okay? That's why casinos and shit do the same thing. No clocks, free drinks, a lot of air conditioning, like air pumped into the room to keep you awake, you know. Statistical edge in the house favor, all that shit. There's like 30 things that casinos do to keep you there, to take away your ability to think, and to let the probabilities play out in their favor. That's why casinos make a shit ton of money, okay? Because everything they do is for them, not for you. That's why the carpet is all confusing, weird, looking like spaghetti and shit. They don't want you looking at the floor. They want you looking up at the bright, you know, lights and shit, because it's stimulating to the brain. It's damn near fucking mind control, okay? But anyway, with what I just told you about how the markets usually, not always, I would say statistically probably about 80 to 90% of the time, they're going to give you a retracement. Either to enter or either to exit, okay? Now again, this may not be a bragging session per se, but remember this right here, okay? Why do you think I taught you the 1 2 3 formation? Why do you think I taught you these micro fluctuation ideas? Opposing liquidity sits up here. We got 1 high, 2 high, 3 highs, okay? It doesn't get better than that. 2 highs is good, it's enough, but the more the merrier, baby. You got 3, That's almost a guarantee. Okay. So because we took out some lows, right? And I told you that every candle has an open, high, low, close. And most candles will, if they're going to go higher, they're going to go lower first, lower initially. So every wick on these candles, wicks down here, wicks in here, okay? All of those, even the wicks before the liquidity run, right here, right here, right here, right here, and one small one right there. All of those are retracements down to go higher, right? Down to go higher, down to go higher, down to go higher, so on and so forth. The best trades, I mean, the best trades that I take, at least, and probably for most of you too, are going to be down movements at the beginning of a bullish market. And that's what that trade was on Wednesday. It was a down close candle at the time you saw me entering. And that goes against human nature. It goes against it. Most people want to buy on the way up. Oh, the market's going up, let me buy it. No, dumbass. You buy it on the way lower. Why would you buy it on the way higher? You're going to be susceptible to drawdown. Your risk reward is going to be shit. And it's not going to go well for you. It's just not. It's not a good way to trade, in my opinion. It's when you are bullish, and it's when it goes down, that's when you long. Or if it goes up, that's when you short to go lower. Okay? And it's the same idea for the mitigation as well. If you're bullish, you want to long on the way down. If you're bearish, let's go back to NQ for a second. If you're bearish, which I was not entirely, I just said I wouldn't trade this shit. But notice that we went lower, right? But what did we do here? We went higher to go lower. For those of you that just watched my video the other day, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, right? I told you how to day trade like Sun Tzu. And the very first thing I told you was what? All warfare is based on deception. And in the notes that I gave you, those little bullet points, I told you the market goes higher to go lower, or it goes lower to go higher. So if you study that, which most of you know this already, but if you study that, you'll start to see that's why this to me may not be longable, but that is, or something like that inversion that I pointed out. I was wrong, but that's still a longable position to me. Does that make sense? So it's these micro fluctuations, and the market always gives an opportunity. Okay. And this will be the last thing. I know I said I was going to close it off, but I keep fucking talking too much. I told you, Chad, I got a yapology degree. Yapology. All right. Case in point. Case in point. One, two, it's a little bit off. 3, retracement higher. You see what I'm talking about? For the reversal. 1, 2, 3, lower retracement, move down. And I'll make them different colors so that way you're not confused on what it is that I'm trying to show you here. You see that? So it's that first retracement after a low. It's that first retracement after a high's been set. And that, I guess to me, is probably for some people the hardest part. How do I know the high's been set? How do I know the low's been set? Relative strength is a wonderful tool. Higher time frame context and higher time frame levels of liquidity, wonderful tool. Use them. They're the same tools that I told you about today. And we watched most of it. I know I flipped from chart to chart and time frame to time frame, but a lot of this we watched print. You got to watch the fluctuations, you know, go up and down, up and down, up and down, and print every single candlestick, right? And so I'll close it with this. I'll actually close it with this. 95% of the time, I'm not trading. I'm waiting. And what I'm waiting for is stuff like this or stuff like this. Okay? That's it. That's what I'm waiting for. And if you simply just narrow it down to stuff like this, you're going to take good trades. Okay? Yo, Dow, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on here? Here, case in point. We didn't even watch the Dow in the last, I don't know how long it's been, 20 minutes. There's a very similar idea here. We finally made the low, and then that up candle got traded through. We trade back into it right there, and then we trade higher. Only to trade back into this. So we went from mitigation to mitigation, which to me is like, why would anybody even bother with that? But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But that still could have been a trade, I guess. Not mine, but look at price. Can you argue that? Can you argue that? It's trading lower if you're bullish, or trading higher if you're bearish. Okay? So with that, y'all be good. Be blessed. I will see you again in a few hours. Okay, we'll still have our normal session at 1 p.m. EST, which is 12 noon my time. So about 2.5, almost 3 hours from now. All right, so make sure to wake up. I know I'll be up by then. And, you know, we'll probably watch some of the PM session as normal. But that's all I got. All right, so hopefully you guys had a good morning. I appreciate you for being here. Drop a like on the stream on your way out. It would be greatly appreciated. See y'all a little bit later.
find us.